welcome, Mr. George Singh, and it's a pleasure to have you on Berlin TNT.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome, George.
Thank you very much.
I know you are really responsible for building the culture here in Trinidad and Tobago. It's really a pleasure to have you here to speak with you, knowing that I also perform on a stage that you put out when the year comes. So
you are famous for Chutney Soca Monarch too, so it's nice to be on set with you. I didn't realize that you all had this wonderful program going on. I think it's really nice, and
thank you so much.
it's good to be here.
We must say, we appreciate you coming here on set with us. I know today was a very packed day. I was listening over the airwaves of 101. You were in the studio earlier today, and then you were with Sheldon, speaking about the partnership with Win Caribbean and your show. Tell us a little about that.
Well, we're very excited about that, actually. As you know, 2015 is actually our 20th anniversary of Chutney Soca Monarch, so it's a big year for Chutney Soca Monarch. It's also the first time that we've partnered with Win Communication, so I'm really excited about that. And I must tell you that I'm also very impressed in terms of the approach that Win Communications has taken with regards to the launch even. I mean, it's just a simple launch. Well, I want to say it's a simple launch, but it's been so well advertised.
But it's open up to the public.
Yeah, and there's hype around here. I feel like I'm home, and I'm very happy to be associated with Win Communications, and I look forward to a very long relationship. Mohan Jaikaran and I have been friends for many years. I think our friendship maybe goes back 18, 19 years.
Yes.
I know 15 is between 15 and 18, somewhere around there. We've been friends for many years, and for the last 3 or 4 years, I have also been advertising here at Win Communications, and they have been supporting what I've been doing.
Yes, well, Mr. Jaikaran.
But this year, I thought, you know what, we have to bring this show here.
Yes. No, well, it's really nice of you. Mr. Jaikaran has definitely been building the culture throughout the diaspora, both locally, regionally, internationally. He has really been doing a lot of good work, and there's a powerful partnership that we see in forging forward. Last year, I recall when you did the launch of that was at the Hyatt, and my gosh, you blew my mind. It was an experience, not just the speech, but the production that you did. I was hoping that we could have gotten that to show, but we will try to see how best we're going to show that as we move forward.
A lot of people spoke about my speech last year at Hyatt, because last year I went on a different angle. A lot of times when people come to the launch, they come to hear, well, okay, so what you're doing at the show. And I took a completely different angle and told people, went back, and because I think that people need to understand what Chutney Soca really represents and what it is about, and how it affects Trinidad and Tobago, and how it affects the people that are involved, the industry. I referred to Backstage, and Selena could vouch for this. Backstage being almost like a mini city in the back there, with a life of its own. And when you go backstage in any Chutney Soca Monarch, you have 2,000 to 2,500 people in the back there, and you have all the little camps. Right?
And all is air conditioned, because our dancers.
You have all the camps, but the thing about it is that each camp has almost like a life of its own, and you have everything going on there. It's just phenomenal and exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the quality is best quality, top of the line quality.
So what you have for tomorrow? Tomorrow is the launch at
Well, tomorrow is the launch. It's the launch of the 2015 20th anniversary Chutney Soca Monarch. It's actually at Bootleggers at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening. It's going to take a very different tone to what we usually do at Hyatt. The stush kind of, lime in the Hyatt.
So your speech going to be like last year
or
or no?
Actually, I have a really nice speech plan for tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting. I'm going to take a different angle again.
Looking forward to that.
Right. So tomorrow we have a lot of entertainment planned. It's going to be a very different kind of launch. Lots of entertainment, live tassel, live dancing. The speech is going to be there too. But it's going to be a very exciting, very hyped up kind of launch. And for the first time, we actually invited the public to come to the launch, to experience what the launch was like. And so the public is invited tomorrow. It's absolutely free to the public. There are lots of giveaways, and we have welcome drinks for people and all that kind of thing. So, it's going to be really exciting.
I'm hearing you have lots of artists also.
Yeah, a lot of artists.
The program is so packed. I'm hearing artists are calling in to try to get into the program now.
Yeah, but what I did is we did not choose from Southex who we wanted to perform tomorrow. I actually suggested to the production houses that they should suggest and nominate 2 people from each production house. So I didn't want to be the one to say, okay, Ravi Ratiram, you know, must come and sing tomorrow, because then Ravi Ratiram will say, boy, George liked my song, you know, I'm in final already, you know. So I wanted the producers themselves to nominate their people.
Yes.
So they've done that, and we have a really exciting lineup tomorrow.
Well, I think there's a very fair chance that
Have to, you know, it's get blamed for everything, you know. It's get blamed for everything. But I think tomorrow is going to be very exciting.
So George, you made some very good point there in terms of what is the meaning of chutney. You know, and what is chutney in the wider community? A lot of people look to stereotype chutney, you know, and stigmatize chutney to a specific diaspora, specific group. However, from my understanding, and this is something I experienced from way back on the campus when we had chutney in 2001 for the first time, it was really like a cultural extravaganza, because I said it in the past, the chutney music was born where? Which country chutney was origin from?
I think Trinidad and Tobago.
Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, Trinidad and Tobago
Right.
is a Trinidad thing.
Trinidad, it's the home of chutney, and it's the fusion, the coming together of the soca and the kaiso and the calypso with the traditional folk song singing, you know, and the cultural old classical folk song. And when you merge all that together, we have a...
But you know, there's some people that have been asking the question as to what has chutney soca brought to Trinidad and Tobago, you know. And when you look at and where is it going, and when you really look at 1996 when we started and where it was then, and what level the corporate sponsorship was, and you know, people looked at it as something that was, you know, they wanted to stay away from. You know, Trinidad and Tobago in general. It was something like a backyard kind of thing happening down in south in the countryside kind of thing.
and a small stage like this.
And look at that on the screen there.
But
The
yeah,
thousands
but look
and
at where it
thousands
has
of
come. Look at the
people.
production, the stage production, you know,
Lighting.
the lighting. Chutney Soca Monarch is now one of the biggest and largest productions in Carnival. And if I may say so myself, probably one of the best, you know, that happens during the Carnival season. It's a very exciting show. It's a very expensive show. Where it has come for 20 years is phenomenal. I mean, when you look at government's involvement now in the show, you know, from when in 1996, it's tremendous. When you look at the corporate side, you know, that is where the development is, and that is how you can look at something and know that it's definitely something that is happening in a positive way. When you have all these people involved. When you look at where the music has now taken our artists, as you and I was talking a little earlier, what they've been able to do, what they've been able to achieve.
How much the prices has
dance
been?
groups, you know, that type of thing. Maybe if Win TV didn't see Selena on a stage, she may not have been sitting down here with us today. But you know what I mean? It's just different things in different ways that it happens to
No,
people.
but you're
Thinking
right.
about it, right? I actually met Ravi at CSM launch in Hyatt.
You see? Look at that.
Look at that.
The seed was planted.
Yeah. Right? To build, that was the foundation stone.
That's right. Selena, I know you will thank me very much, right? You're very
Thank you.
welcome. You're very welcome, right? But that, you see, this is how things happen, you know, and in networking and everything, I mean, the artists have really done a tremendous amount. And the other thing is that, you know, the chutney soca genre of music, when you look at it, extends outside of Carnival, because you have all these artists traveling all over the world. Not only traveling, but you have so many dock limes now in Trinidad. Everybody doing one, either a company doing it, a radio station doing it. You have mailers happening all over the place. And the music just extends month to month, and you have it continuously going on. Radio stations have their programs that are specifically geared towards chutney music or chutney soca music, right? So it's really a tremendous thing that just extends now. And I mean, in 1996, you might not have heard a car or a taxi driving around in Trinidad blasting chutney music, but now you will.
Yeah.
You know, people are proud of it. They're proud of their heritage. They're proud of their culture, and it's deep-rooted, and people need to understand that.
It is. And you know, our artist has really been doing an excellent job in flying our flag
They have.
all parts of the world, Canada, New York, UK, you know, these guys. And this show that you have done, I was talking to you earlier about this sort of prize money that you have given out through these shows.
Yeah.
It has really assisted the artists now to get up, to go and to be able to
Ravi,
explore the
let me tell
world.
you, I have to say, and I will say this here tonight, I want to thank the Prime Minister, Kamala Prasad Bisesa, right, who really was the one instrumental in bringing, you know, for years we spoke about the inequity in terms of the way shows are funded and whatnot. And she was the one that stood up and said, $2 million for Chutney Soca, $2 million for Soca, $2 million for Calypso, $2 million for Pan.
Definitely.
And
So
I
you
have to
to say
thank her,
special thank
you know,
to
a
her.
special thank you to her because she was the one that brought that price to $2 million. And really and truly, she lifted our industry just by that one thing that she did.
And it
Yes.
also
She
caused
made
like
such
a
a big difference.
Well, her
push
mantra
with
has
the-
always been equity.
Yeah.
Her mantra, she has always stood for equal distribution,
Yeah.
you know, decentralization, equity in society, fairness.
Yeah.
So it's very good that, you know, that she has
And it also-
intervened.
Thank you to her for that.
it pushed a lot of the artists to actually work to that 2 million.
It created a whole frenzy. That $2 million frenzy, you know, it really created a lot of frenzy. But nevertheless, I think it did create a lot of excitement. It has created an immense amount of opportunities for artists.
Okay, so folks, we are in studio here chatting with the man behind the Chutney Soca Monarch. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to be short. We're going to be back with you to be discussing the man himself as we come back.
Here we go.